Hi, hello. Okay, you guys do show up on screen. Hello, hi, welcome on in, everybody. It is I, Lance. I always throw in, if you're here early enough, and some of you might have seen it, I always throw in a yo in chat, and that's because I'm making sure that chat is working on screen. I always do it. I guess now I forgot to do it, but I'm here now. We're present, and everything is working properly. Wasn't less on my crochet hook. No, not the crochet hook. I mixed up my expressions. You'd think after like a year or so of having these stupid expressions on, they're not stupid, they're great expressions. You'd think after a year or so I would remember where all my expressions are. I don't. I have a paper. I have a piece of paper. I have a piece of paper that has them written down because they're in my MIDI keyboard, so I can't exactly like write over my MIDI keyboard. Came back, welcome back, Dead Claw. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you need to go to bed, don't worry, I completely understand. And also, welcome on in, Quartz. Welcome on in, Miss Darrow. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Lance. I almost fell asleep earlier, which is strange because I thought I had a good amount of sleep last night. I thought I did, but something about today just made me tired. So hopefully the coffee will help. Love that shit. Love that. I don't know how I would be able to stream without some kind of caffeine in my body. Watching some game/film theory while crocheting. Ooh, interesting. What have you been watching? I'm curious. Today we don't have a strict goal. I have an idea of what I want to do, kinda, because I did put Jimmy in the thumbnail, and I did like, you know, tease as to what I want to do. But I didn't set it as a concrete goal. We can work on Jimmy. Like if we want this to be a Jimmy stream, we can work on it being a Jimmy stream. That's perfectly fine. Welcome on inland. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, we out here. Jimmy, what do you think of this? Did you think this could be a Jimmy stream today?
But yeah.
Okay, I kind of caught him off guard by that. I kind of caught him off guard by asking him that, but I guess he does. I guess he is down for it to be a stream with that. horror and some very disturbing, which may get censored. Ooh, I can see it being a Jimmy stream. Yeah, I made a pretty devious thumbnail. I think I don't know. I kind of like the way the thumbnail ended up looking. Don't you think? Came up pretty nicely here. If you're on Twitch or don't pay attention to YouTube thumbnails or whatever, this is what was greeted. This is what the stream is this. It's me looking mildly concerned with a devilish Jimmy. in the back. I like it. I like it. I dig it. I like the Jimmy thumbnails. I've been having a lot of fun with them. Jimmy, I swear to God, Jimmy is. It's fine. It's fine. See, he wasn't exactly being a bitch at the beginning, so it's fine. He's gonna behave today, isn't it?
Woo!
There you go. See, that's a woo of approval for what I just said. Also, can I just say, we've been joking about. I've joked about Jimmy being kind of like good at TikTok or whatever, right? Like, the few Jimmy shorts that I've uploaded, they've done well, and I've also uploaded these to TikTok. I don't use TikTok, but it's another platform that I can upload my stuff. The Jimmy TikToks have been doing fine. The other ones I uploaded didn't do as good as the first one I uploaded for Jimmy, because that one's still at like 5K views on TikTok, which cool. However, it did do super good on YouTube. Like I've traded, or rather Jimmy traded the popularity on TikTok for YouTube Shorts, it appears now. And we're up like 30 something subs since that short. Oh my God, actually didn't look at this. Thumbnail is really Battle Cats back on. Is it really? I just found it on some site. It was just some stock image of a background. I didn't check. I checked like yesterday for the last time, and it had 5K views. Right now, the latest Jimmy short has 7,000 views, almost 8,000 actually. So good job, Jimmy. Good job,
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy's excited, I guess. I have like at least one more Jimmy short that I want to edit, but after that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I can't exactly just keep uploading Jimmy shorts unless Jimmy keeps giving me content. Isn't that right?
That's some skibbity cringe.
Yeah. Are you calling your own shorts cringe, Jimmy? Is that what it is? I mean, if you think so, that's fine. I can't exactly stop you, but but yeah, no, Jimmy's shorts have been doing quite well on YouTube. In fact, ever since I started the weekly upload tape thing, the Jimmy shorts have been the best performing thing I've uploaded. So something about Jimmy is working. So we need to make him more interesting, I think. Because so far, the most interesting thing about Jimmy is that he comes in with a random expression. However, I did mention that I have ideas for Jimmy, and those ideas involve random chance, which I want to figure out how to do. Okay, I'm gonna take you on a bit of a ride. I want to take you on a bit of a ride to understand the context of this. Okay, but first I need to put some other music other than my own. Not that I don't like my own music, but you know. It isn't as good as some others. Slowly climbing the ladders with this one. True. Jimmy being the single responsible person for achieving some growth on my channel. Oh, good old Jimmy. Hold on, give me 1 second. Where is it? Okay, OBS BGM you get to turn off, and then I'm gonna move these because these are unimportant. Also, tell me if something is going on with stream, because when I started OBS, I got some dropped frames. They haven't gone up since then. But just in case, tell me if something's going on, because I was concerned about that. I've never had dropped frames or anything like that. So here's the thing. I want to put music. What music should we go for? I need to grab a long mix of music to put in that won't get me copywritten, because Lord knows there's a bunch of those that will get me copywritten. I mean, I have a playlist of background music that I like to use every now and then, but we could do something else instead. see. Okay, fine. I'll put on my playlist for the meantime. In the meantime. Oh Lord. Is that working? Yeah, it is getting picked up. That's good. That's good. Okay. So, here's the thing. I did mention that I wanted to have random stuff for Jimmy. And that random stuff means effects. you know how I myself have specific filters that, like, you can turn me RGB, you can make me big brain and all that kind of stuff. Well, Jimmy is no exception to that. Like, if I go to the I should put OBS over here on this screen. If I go to the Jimmy source, well, Jimmy doesn't have anything there. Okay, here. If I go to the Jimmy source, there is an RGB thing. So if scared me with that one. See, he's RGB there. he was being RGB, so he could potentially be an RGB, but I don't want you guys to be able to. I don't want you guys to have to choose an RGB Jimmy. You know, no. I want there to be some fun to it. I want there to be like a luck involved thing. And the way to do that is surprisingly simple, I think. Because the way Jimmy works at the moment, really, it is not complicated at all. It is not exactly complicated, I think. I was thinking about it earlier today too, that I think my jump scare warning next time. That's the point. I mean, if you see him come up and then he doesn't say anything, he's about to jump scare you. That's usually how he works. But okay, hold on, let me see. Let me put up it should be browser capture. But you're supposed to no, it should be full display capture. Right. Here. This is Jimmy's functionality, quote unquote. This is Jimmy's functionality. It when this code gets called, it detects the current scene, it finds the new Jimmy source, and then no matter what scene he's in, it always does this. I've started thinking about it, and I was realizing that maybe this is irrelevant because every scene is gonna have. Oh wait, no, it isn't irrelevant because you need to set filter state. You need the name of the current scene. So you know what? It was not a bad thing. It was not a bad thing that I coded it like this. Okay, it's fine. However, it would be awesome if before this, because this is what brings Jimmy in. Whenever I call him in, this is what brings him in. This is the line that brings him in. It activates the source move in, and move in is the animation that brings him in. So before this happens, there should be a random number that it gets generated between a specific range. And depending on the value of that number, it may or may not trigger something for Jimmy. And the way this works is it is exactly the same way. We're going back to the Deltarune / Undertale brain rot. Because Undertale, if you don't know, has a thing called fun values. Or had a thing called fun values. I think nowadays it's not in the game anymore. Okay, so this is what I mean. The fun value is a random number in Undertale selected on reset between 1 and 100. This mechanic determines the occurrence of several rare events in the game. Many of these events linked to WTG. Yada. Every time you start a new player, did they remove it? I heard they did. I am pretty sure they did. Before maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't exactly remove it, but I remember finding something. I remember seeing a message or something that said that they don't have it anymore in like a specific version. Either way, This is how they works. It generates a random number between 1 and 100 at the beginning of the game. And then depending on that value, if the value falls in between 2 and 39, there's the wrong number song. If it falls between 40 and 45, you get a call from Sans at some point. You get from 45 to 50, you get an Alphys call, and all that kind of stuff. Nightmare mode. What the fuck was nightmare mode? The puzzle additionally contains a bare-faced snowman called Nightmare. What? I actually did not know that one. I did not remember this version of the word search. Does you see Gaster in the game? Yeah, potentially. I thought that they got rid of those, and so the Gaster follower thing and all that were not accessible anymore. But I guess I read it wrong or something like that. But either way, this is how it works. This is how the random chance of these events happening are generated, because it creates a random number between 1 and 100, right? So because it creates a random number between 1 and 100, there is a 1% chance of it being one of the numbers. That's how chance forms. That's how chance works. Misinformed on the internet. I know. Who would lie on the internet? Who would go into the internet just to spread misinformation? What the heck? There's no way. But yes, if I can create my own form of a fun value on Jimmy's code before he gets called in, we could generate one, and before he even gets called in, we can activate one of the filters on Jimmy's thing to make him RGB, for example. The question is, how does one generate random numbers on C#? I do not know. I do not know, so I'm going to look this up. I won't show you my Googling and all that kind of stuff because that's annoying. But this is how we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. We need to have a specific chance for things to happen, and if those chances happen,
Give me $20 and I'll consider it.
Wait, do you want to do it yourself, Jimmy? If that are you offering yourself for making this work for $20? Did I understand that correctly? Either way, I can do it myself. I don't need to spend $20 on this. Jimmy's got his own allowance already. He doesn't need an extra $20. And okay, so the interesting thing about implementing something like this is that everyone gets a chance. If you're lucky enough, maybe you roll a lucky Jimmy. Maybe you roll an RGB Jimmy. Maybe you roll a glitchy Jimmy. Who knows? Theoretically, we won't do it like this. Theoretically, you might be able to get a very rare Jimmy. Well, not really. Theoretically, at most, there's 100 different variations on Jimmy that anybody could trigger. We're not going to write 100 variations of Jimmy. We're just going to write like that 4 or 5 or something like that. And we're going to give each of them like a 5% chance or something like that. Meaning that most of the time, that 5 maybe a bit too much. But most of the time, Jimmy's going to come in looking normal. Looking or sounding normal. Because we could also add, I was thinking about this. We can also add a streamer bot, a filter on the streamer bot audio. Because look, we can absolutely do this. Let me see. 5% chance is too much. It might be too much, yes. Let me see. I can add a VST plugin too. But I gotta figure out one thing. Hold on. How about a flanger? Is this a free one? Yeah, okay, this is a free one. Wait, pause the music for a sec. Pause the music. Listen to this.
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
I thought dang it. Whoops. I thought that worked. I can't see the thing. Hold on. Dang it, I did it again. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Okay, that should be better. Now listen to this.
Ow, what the hell was that?
That didn't do anything. I'm trying to... Okay, I'm going to give you a reverb instead. I'm going to give you a reverb instead. Pretty sure this is the one that's free. Yeah. Okay. And then well-groomed science. Whatever this preset name means.
Bro, ain't no way.
Huh? Okay, maybe we're not getting... Oh, never mind. I figured it out. I figured out why I was trying to test audio effects on Jimmy, and no, it doesn't work because StreamerBot audio doesn't come through. I'm pretty sure StreamerBot audio does not come through. Through the program, but rather through the system. I don't know. I'm unsure. I'll figure it out. We can figure it out later. This is yet again another situation where I think I understand how things work, where in reality I don't. So whoops. But yeah. So you see, okay, for example. Oh wait, there's an extra thing. I'm realizing. The fun value for a certain Gaster followers, for example. What exactly is wrong? It's because the Jimmy audio isn't coming through. The Jimmy audio isn't coming through the source, the audio source. You've been hearing the effect? You have? Then why don't I hear it? Oh,
that's funny.
It's because I'm not monitoring it. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, never mind. Okay, then that's a bit more problematic. Well, it's not necessarily problematic. It works, but I can't hear it. Okay, then the reason why that works is because... Okay. Not that time. No. I turned it off there. I actually did turn it off. Okay, well, if it works, then we can do it. It works as I expected it would. It's because I have monitor off. And if I have it set to monitor and output, I imagine Jimmy will be doubled.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that was double Jimmy. That was double Jimmy. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, okay. I figured it out. Okay, we can make it work then. It's just I won't be able to hear them. Therefore, I won't be able to notice if Jimmy comes out. I won't be able to notice if Jimmy comes out with a voice effect or something, which is annoying, I will say. I'm very sleepy. Oh, don't worry about it. I hope you have a great night's sleep. Thank you so much for dropping by and saying hi. I don't know why I'm still shocked about that. But yeah, we can't. Okay, so we can make Jimmy come out with extra sound effects. Not sound effects. With extra effects on him. He can come out with reverb. He can come out with all that kind of stuff. I myself won't be able to hear it though, which I think kind of defeats the purpose because you would have to tell me that Jimmy came out sounding strange. But here's the thing. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but the fun values in Undertale. Some fun values in Undertale, like the Gaster, some of the Gaster followers, actually the Gaster followers. The fun value has to be a specific value, and then on top of that, there's another chance. So if the fun value, for example, is 63, there's a 50% chance that Gaster follower 3 shows up. So even if the fun value is right, that doesn't necessarily mean that the event will happen. You could still get unlucky. Like Gaster follower 2 is super rare because the fun value has to be 61 specifically. So that already is 1%. It's 1 in 100. And on top of that, there's a 20% chance for the event to happen itself. So it's like it's a compounded I don't know if it's compounded the word, but it's like a combination of probabilities. We can inflate the probabilities like that as well. Like we can make it so that not only does the fun value need to be within a specific range, if it's within that specific range, there's a 50-50 chance that it happens or not. That could be more fun because that could also be done. it is not a particularly difficult thing to program. But this all hinges on me figuring out how to generate random numbers on C#. C# random number. Between 0 and 1 and 100 specifically is what I need. Hundred random numbers. Yeah. Remember that's fine. Int is random number equals random next 0 to 1000. Is it just this? Is it? I mean, we can try it. This compiles, so it generates a random. I imagine. Okay, this is what I did. Here, show you what I'm working on. I got Stack Overflow on the background, so you know I'm legit. It generates a new random thing, and then a random class from a random thing, a random number from a random class, and then it creates a new random object, and then a random variable which uses the next value in between with the parameters 0 to 100. In theory, I wish I could like compiling log reference. I wish I could like see if this is printing something. What should I eat today? Fries is from caldo de res. Caldo de res? Can't say I know what that is, but fries is nice. Fries are always nice. Wait, isn't res like... Isn't that just cow? Isn't it just another word for cow? I am unsure. Either way, fries are nice. I would say fries. So we got the random number. So in theory, why is this indented? This is unnecessary. This is unnecessary to be indented, but I mean, I guess that's fine. Can I do shift? Yeah, I can. Okay. That makes it much nicer for me. So random number gets generated, and then switch random number, and then this opens up the thing, and then here we write the thing. And then we need to have a case where the value is equal to 1. Or maybe not a switch. Actually, no, it shouldn't be a switch. And the rest is like soup, mostly filled with veggies like corn, zucchini, potatoes, green beans, etc. and beef. Google it. I can't Google things right now. No, it shouldn't be a switch. I mean, it can be a switch. But switches should be used for like individual options like this. So maybe not a case. Maybe just if random number. Random number. Let's make it so that let's make sure that it actually, if it's less than 100 and does it work like this? It should work like this, right? Number over 1, meaning if it's indeed and then we open this and then we make it so OBS set filter state. We do set filter state current scene, not source name, but rather what is the name of this thing? It's from New Jimmy. Yes, it's from New Jimmy, but it's RGB. RGB. Wait, source name? No, source name is New Jimmy, but this one is the one. RGB. And that has to be set to 1. So in theory, compile that? Nope. You can't? What do you mean you can't? Invalid expression? parentheses expected? Oh, wait, what? Is it, do you need like an and? Like, do you need to be like that? No? Oh, is it because it needs to be like double or something? Hold on a sec. I don't know C# programming, so I'm figuring things out by myself. You'd think this is how it works because it's just, you know. Wait, hold on. Let me not. Instead, let me just put up the floating BRB so that you guys can at least see something. C# if statement. Conditions and if statements. If condition. No, that's how that works. Why? What is... How about and? And operator. Oh, it's okay. I see. Okay, so apparently it's the ampersand. Where is my fucking Jesus Christ? I see why streamers have Jesus Christ. I see why streamers have these things on on what is it? On a stream deck or something. It's annoying to have to find the source so that I can actually show you this. Apparently it would be this. There we go. If it's less than 100 and over 1, it'll turn on RGB. In theory. So now compile that. Okay, now that compiled. So in theory, let me go back here. Let me make sure that Jimmy does not have the RGB turned on. If I do this,
I vibe with that.
It is working. Jimmy is indeed RGB now. Okay, so we figured out the random number generator. Great. This is awesome. This is awesome, which means that we can actually turn things on and off. We can make RGB Jimmy a thing. So in theory, let's say it should be easy to say if the number that was just generated is less than 5 but greater than 1, if the number that was just generated is less than 5 but yeah, less than 5 but bigger than 1, meaning in between 1 and 5. Wait, no, actually, it should be 1 to 100. There we go. I don't know why I deleted that condition. That condition is correct. Okay, boom, and then we just changed the numbers. Greater than 1. No. It should be greater than 1 and smaller than 5. There we go. But it should be equal, yeah, and equal. Yeah. Because it should include 1 and 5 as well. Then it is a 5% chance he can come out RGB. So, congratulations. Congratulations. There's a 5% chance now that there is exclusively a 5% chance that Jimmy comes out RGB, but only 5. Isn't that right? Okay. Isn't that right?
I sure hope it does.
I think I just triggered it somehow. Oh no, I didn't save it. So it wasn't doing it. Yeah. That worked on its. I sure hope it does work, Jimmy. You are correct. Isn't that right?
Is that a Pokemon?
It was not a Pokemon. Isn't that right?
Why do they call it oven when you of in the cold food of out hot eat the food?
That's a very good question, Jimmy, and I still do not know the answer to it. I'm so sorry. Okay, but that works. That works now. So, okay, there's a 5% chance that Jimmy will come out looking RGB now. That ended up being way simpler than I thought it would be. The question is, how do we turn it off, though? Because I've realized now that it'll turn on, but I gotta be able to turn it off at some point. Set filter state, the one that I just used. OBS set filter state. Set filter state is 0 set to enable, 1 is to disable, and 2 is to toggle. Okay, so if we set it to 1, yeah, okay, then that's not particularly hard. Okay. So when it gets executed, after it moves it out, after it gets moved out, we do this and set it to 1. And then any other effect that we may or may not add needs to be turned off, regardless of whether it was turned on or not. Because otherwise, Jimmy will come out RGB once, and then he will stay RGB for the remainder of ever, until I myself turn it off. So, congrats, Jimmy. You have a 5% chance of being RGB now. Are you happy?
Jimmy!
I will take that as a yes. I will take the excitement as a yes. But oh well, this is working. So the way that we the way we add new values, it's simple. We just add other statements comparing other statements for specific values. That's simple. It is simple as heck. But we don't have any other effects on Jimmy. Hey, Aiden, welcome on in. Just found out my controller has a slight stick drift. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, you can get it fixed, right? I imagine you can get it fixed. I know that for my Oculus controllers, a trick I did to fix some of the drift I got on the analogs is that I would just like press on the analog, push it to one direction, and then blow into the crevice, if you will, of the analog to get some dust out of there, and that kind of got rid of it. But I don't know if it would work on other controllers. So either way, it's a shame. I know the controls can be expensive, so yeah. But well, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day, regardless of that. We're figuring out, actually, well, we've just successfully made it so that every time somebody calls on Jimmy, there is a 5% chance that he will be RGB looking. So that's pretty dope, I think, at least. Isn't that right, Jimmy?
You are useless, mortal.
Why am I useless? No, I gave you a chance. I gave you the chance to be RGB. Ain't that sick? There's other things that we could give to Jimmy, like the same kind of filters that we give myself. We could probably figure out a way to do. Well, not figure out. I know exactly how to do it. It's user-defined shaders. The RGB Jimmy just is straight up a filter. But I have to find some other ones. What about ASCII Jimmy? No, that one's just weird. How about Bloom? Wait, how about we actually make him shine? He just comes out looking like a fucking ghost. How about this? How about this, Jimmy? Look at this. Look at this.
The fact that you needed to ask me just proves I'm the better streamer.
It's just a glowing Jimmy. I come in peace. No, that one doesn't make a lot of sense. I was thinking, how about How about a big brain Jimmy? That one's kind of cool. It could be. Thing is, the big brain doesn't always work because some of the expressions aren't exactly centered. Like, look at this.
How about no?
What do you think of that, Jimmy? Mythical bull Jimmy? Yeah, it could be.
My man.
There you go. Is he? There you go. Ah, man. Some of them aren't exactly centered though, and we can't specify the values for each time he gets called in. And I don't know, it doesn't have the same vibe as me with big brain. Me with big brain looks funny. Jimmy with big brain looks odd. I don't know. I'm not convinced. How about cartoon? What the heck is cartoon? It is not a great one. Cell shaded. Jesus, no. How about chroma UV distortion? Oh lord, wait, that was kind of cool. It's like drunk Jimmy. Oh my god! Look at this! Look at this! look at this!
Bro, ain't no way.
At that point, the expression just makes no sense. Oh my god! You know what it is? It's Gygas Jimmy. You know Gygas from Earthbound? That's what it is. And if you like up the... You can truly make him look like Gygas. Hold on, I'm gonna... Let me see if I can... Let me see. Let me... Platforms... Earthing my bound, yeah, it's something like that. Well, it shouldn't be exactly a problem because I know what his position is, but this is what I'm looking at. This is Gygas. This is Gygas Jimmy. Like the expression just doesn't make sense anymore. There is no expression. I mean, you can see the expressions, and that's him with sunglasses, I think. So yeah, we could have this be a Jimmy. What if we have that be a Jimmy and then we replace whatever he says with like a with static? It would have to be difficult though. It would be kind of difficult. I mean, technically, theoretically possible, but I'd have to find the thing that actually makes him sound staticky and stuff. Dude, this song fucking slaps. It's 23rd Century Life by Fear of Dark, by the way. It's been a while since I've listened to my stream playlist. In theory, this is a playlist that I've made with songs for stream. I didn't make any of these. They're just like neat chiptune tracks that I've found on the internet that I like. Just that I like. Also, hi Selma, welcome on in. We're just yapping, and we've just made it so that there is a 5% chance if you summon Jimmy that he will be RGB. So if you want to try that out, feel free to call on him if you have the capabilities of calling Jimmy. Let's see if you happen to be the lucky one to summon RGB Jimmy. I need points. Ah, shoot. It's fine. You might get your chance. Also, hi Nana, welcome on in. Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So far.
Sure. Stop! I could have dropped my croissant.
It was summoned twice. Yeah. So that's what happens when you got 7 sheep in a row in Freeform stream. I'm the lucky one. Are you now? I mean, look, Nocturne was the other one that was surprisingly lucky with Jimmy. Nocturne was the only one that managed to get Jimmy to come out and say some positive things to them. Usually he just like says some mean stuff or is just, you know, being a bit of an asshole in general. Hi, Nana, welcome on in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Some Sonic reference with, oh yeah, this is happening. We can record that. I could just record that. Remember, this is a Jimmy stream. This is a Jimmy stream. At this point, this has become a Jimmy stream. I'll keep Audacity open in the back. How am I supposed to read that though? How am I supposed? Oh yeah, this is happening. Is that just how you do it? Because if so, I can do it. Oh yeah, this is happening. Is that Sonic enough? I think that's Sonic enough. And then we just change the pitch. Yeah, there you go. Wait, hold on. You've given me another idea. You've given me another idea. In the vein of Sonic. Hopefully you will understand this. Oh yeah, this is happening. Ha ha! One! No, he already has the I just love Latinas line. Yeah. This is another one. Snapcube. Oh my god, we gotta give him the pissing on the moon one. But I gotta scream that one. I think if I'm gonna make that one like proper, it has to be like kind of screamed. Ha. One. There we go. So those two, we got new lines. We got new Jimmy lines. That's the nice thing. It's so easy to give Jimmy new lines. I just have to like sit down for a few seconds and record it. Also, hi Ollie, welcome on in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Working on this little guy right here.
Oh yeah, that was great.
There you go. See, he's enjoying it. He likes those new lines. Is that the pizza meme? Wait, what was the pizza one? I cooked the pizza. Oh, the pizza with nothing. Which one was it? A pizza with nothing? Yeah, just give me a pizza with nothing. I can't do a New York accent. A New York accent. Because I feel like it has to be with a pizza with nothing. I don't know. I got to figure out a good accent for it, though. How about... I'm pissing on the moon. Yeah, but I can't do it. It won't sound so nice. Also, hi Mixer, welcome on in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing good. Hey Lance, give me a pizza with nothing. BO4 high run and run. I don't know what that is. What is that? Give me a cheese with nothing. It's a pizza with nothing. I think it makes more sense to do it how Selma's saying, because if it's Jimmy saying, it's like, hey Lance, give me a pizza with nothing. Is that right? You can barely hear me say nothing there. Nothing. Black Ops. Oh, I see. Nothing. Wait, there we go. Hey Lance, give me a pizza with nothing. Or, I don't know. Hey Jimmy. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let's see this. Let's see.
Yippee!
Ah, no RGB for you, my friend. I'm sorry. I mean, you did call in him, but no RGB. Such is life. There's a 5% chance of that happening, and it just didn't. It is what it is. Such is gacha. I'm curious. I want to know how many times that'll happen. We're already dead in Italy. Yeah, I know. I know, but I'm not the one that's doing the pizza with nothing. It's Jimmy. Hey, Lance, give me a pizza with nothing. Oh, I said it right there. There we go. Yeah, that sounds nice. Okay. Sometimes I feel like there's a couple of lines with Jimmy where he calls me dad, and then some others when he calls me Lance. which I think is funny. Give me a pizza with nothing. There you go. Added. Just added. Also, quick vote. Do we add the Geigus Jimmy? I do think the Geigus Jimmy is kind of cursed in a way that I like it though. Because like we could add a very cursed Jimmy that just comes out looking like this, looking like a Geigus entity. We could do it. Okay, let's do it. How do you write Geigus, by the way? If I recall correctly, I was thinking about yeah, exactly. I think it's a GIY gas. Yeah. Okay, we shall dub it Geigus Jimmy, and we're also gonna give him a 5% chance of happening. Where did it go? There's gonna be Geigus. Ta-da! Geigus would also maybe potentially be red, but honestly, it's fine. Okay, so in the code, all we'd have to do is add an L. Is it? Do you have an elif? Does C# have elif? No. Else if. Oh, it's else if. That's how you write it. Okay, gotcha. It's literally just else if, and then parentheses. The random number has to be between 6 and 10, because then it would create another 5% chance. There, we're gonna go them in order. Between 6 including, and then 10 including, and then that would be 6, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those are 5 extra chances of it happening. And then we create another bar here. And then it's OBS set filter state. The scene named Geigus. That's how it's written. Yeah, that is how it's written. Whoops. It's a good thing I'm not sharing any of this. Definitely, yeah. It's working now, by the way. Well, it isn't working exactly. Yeah, this works. So let me quickly copy this whole thing. Go to the other one and make sure to turn it off regardless of whether or not it was turned on. So there we go. Now Jimmy has 2 possible effects. There's a 5% chance of him coming out looking like Geigus, and another 5% chance of him coming out looking like the RGB. Both of them are equally possible, but still kind of rare. Still straight up kind of rare. Isn't that right, Jimmy?
Let's go gambling.
No, Jimmy, we're not going gambling right now. I feel like you've gambled enough already. But yeah, it's working. It is working. It is working. It is working. I could consider maybe like adding a wait in between him moving out and these things turning off, just in case, because I feel like the way it that was my favorite. I don't know. The ones with long pauses are my favorites. There's something so funny about it. Okay, so we have a Geigus Jimmy. We have a Geigus Jimmy. We have an RGB Jimmy. Oh wait, I didn't do the static audio. I think it could be funny to make a static audio, but I need to figure out how to make it how to make it sound. So forgive me. I'm going to find a distortion plugin or something that I can use on my own voice. Because I need to test things. What is M Saturator? I'm gonna go bye-bye. Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you so much for dropping by and saying hi. I put in a saturator. What happens if I do this? Oh god. Oh. Sorry. I'm being this isn't exactly what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. There, let me bring it back to 0. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, well, this kind of works. Oh, what the heck? It makes this surprisingly, okay, I'm peeking again. This surprisingly makes my voice like crisper somehow. This feels like I should use this for ASMR or something. Is it loud? Is it too loud? It might be too loud. Well, I am bumping the output by like 10 dB by doing this. The whole purpose of me doing this, by the way, is because I am trying to find the proper effect for Jimmy to have on his own, because I need to hear how it sounds. Despite the fact that I won't be able to hear how Jimmy sounds with it, I need to be able to hear how he would sound. So I'm testing it on my own voice, because I do have feedback on my own voice. Okay, bring it back to 0, because that is creeping me out. I don't like doing ASMR. Nasty drums. Apparently you put this on drums. Do it. Did you do it? Oh, that did nothing for me. Also, hi, Happy. I'm basic saturation. I'm trying to figure out a way to distort my voice so that I could put it on. Oh, no, don't use this one. This one's gonna generate static. There we go. I'm trying to find a way to make my voice saturated so that I could give it to my boy. I haven't found it though. I haven't found it yet. Turbo amp. I remember there being one that I could use. Crusher? Glitch? Wait, what's Deep Blue Crusher? No. Apparently that one does not work. Oh man. That one might have to wait. I might have to find I might have to test that out on my own later, because crispy? Yeah, it was kind of crispy. I owe you Jimmy sounding like glitchy and all that. But so far, he can come out looking like Geigus. Ain't that right, Jimmy?
I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in that? Well, be prepared for the 5% chance of it happening every time you get called down, buddy, because it can happen. Trust me. The code works. I'm not going to claim to be a good programmer, because I sure as hell am not, but this code is simple enough that I can tell you that it will work. I wish there was a way for me to see, though. Like, can I print out the freaking number? Hold on, let's say. C sharp print. This is just print output. Console right line, and then you, okay. So can I do console? Can I do console dot right line, and then in parentheses, random number. Does this work? It does work. So in theory, where's the console? Where's the console of this?
Oh, I love this.
I don't know where the console of this is, so I can't see it. Ah, dang it. Wait, we can just try it online. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna test this in an online thing I just found. Because I need to know if this code is working now. Like I legit am curious now. Yeah, it's working. The code is working. So, right? Okay. I can tell that the code is working. I can tell that the code is working, by the way, because I went on the W3 schools, the W3 schools tutorials for C#, and that I found this little compiler thing online, and I put in the specific part of the code that, can I make this bigger? Yeah, I put in the specific part of the code that actually does the thing that generates the random numbers. And every time I run this, a new random number is generated. So now that one was 54. So if Jimmy would have been summoned, he wouldn't have come out with a unique effect. The number needs to be between 1 and 10 for it to be something. That one's 55. So my boyfriend yeah, don't worry about it. Go do your thing. 18. Ah, that was close. We don't have anything for 18, but we could. We can't overload 4. Look at that. If we were running Jimmy right now with this code, he would have come out with RGB. That's crazy. I think that's crazy. He didn't. We aren't running. We aren't running it. We aren't running it. But I assure you, this works. So every time we call on Jimmy, a random number between 1 and 100 is being generated. And if that number falls in a specific range, there's a chance that he will come out. There's a chance. He might potentially come out with an effect. We can add extra layers by generating another number or something. But by that, might as well just like make it a 1% chance. I think a 1% chance being the lowest is fair, because we're not gonna add that many situations. Potentially, maybe we lower the Geiges thing to like make it so that it only could be like a 3% chance or a 2% chance or something, to make it a bit more fair, quote unquote. What other filters do we have for Jimmy, by the way? I was also thinking of the wait, no, we don't need to you don't need to see it for now. I'm gonna call on him when I find another filter. I was also thinking of the glitch one. The same glitch filter that I myself have if you redeem the thing. We could give that one to Jimmy. I think it was just literally called glitch. And I think it was just the default glitch one. I don't even remember changing much of it. Digital rain. Oh. It's like Matrix Jimmy. That would be funny. Oh, back from the ads. Yeah, I wasn't doing much, Selma, don't worry. I was just testing my code to see if the random numbers were indeed being generated, and they are indeed being generated. So for sure it can happen that it falls in the proper range. Wait, where the I know I had one that I was like, huh? What is my, okay, let me find my own filters. What's the glitch one? It's called glitch shader. Why am I not finding it in the thing? Every D&D player loves them apart from one. I hate them. Listen, I tried to play Baldur's Gate one time. Not one time. I gave it like a good 20 hours before I figured I don't have the patience for this game. But that's just me. Oh my god, he can come out looking like he can come out. We're gonna make him really glitchy. We can make it even glitch. We can make him even glitchier than me. Like, look at this.
It's Pikachu.
No, it's not Pikachu, Jimmy. I like the super glitchy Jimmy. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I tried playing Baldur's Gate 3 for like 20 hours, and it might be confirmation bias, I think it's called, or negative bias. I don't know. There's a chance for glitchy and not glitchy, but Geiges, yes, I can make the glitchy one. Thing is, we can't make them too easy to get though. Because if each of them is like a 5% chance, that means that there's a 15% chance in total that Jimmy comes out looking strange to some capacity. So we have to make him more special, I think. Don't you think? Also, hi Gordo, welcome on in. You haven't missed much. We've just programmed it so that there's a way for Jimmy to come out looking strange. we can make it so that for now, since we're testing things, bum. Compile that, saved it. Oh, this is so easy. This is so easy. You just put glitch to 1 again. Yeah, it's so easy to add new effects. There you go. There's a 5% chance. There's also a 5% chance for Jimmy to come out looking glitchy now. It's a 5% for a spin that has the rare skins. Yeah, that's what we were discussing with the fun values in Undertale, because the fun values in Undertale function pretty much the exact same way. A random number gets generated, and depending on the value of that random number, certain things may happen. So there's like 2 layers of chance. There's one chance, and then there's another chance. So we can add an extra layer of chance as well. Yes, we can absolutely add an extra layer of chance. Or we can lower the probabilities of the range. I can make it so that if the number is specifically 69, Jimmy comes out glitchy. But it has to be specifically 69, meaning that there's 1 in 100 chance of that happening, because the random number generated is in between 1 and 100. Like how the Genshin 50-50 works. The way the 50-50 works in Genshin is that I think you're referring to the one chance of the 50-50 giving you the okay, so Genshin, gacha game, every time you pull for a 5-star, there's a 50-50 chance that it's the featured 5-star, right? So if you lose the 50-50, within that loss, there's a specific chance for it to be the 5-star, the featured 5-star, due to some other mechanic. And I don't remember what the chances are. If you compound everything together, I think it comes out that the 50-50 is no longer a 50-50, and it's more like a 55-45 or something like that. But yeah, we can absolutely do it, because it is entirely possible for us to... It is entirely possible for... Okay, so here's the code once again. I'm gonna show it to you. Big coding jump scare. See, if the random number falls in between 11 and 15, he will come out glitchy. And the random number gets generated here. Within this block of code, we can make another if, and then we say if random next is, we can generate another random number. Like we can make it so that we can do something like this. If I can imagine something like this. Make it a 50-50 chance. If random next is over 50, then we make this happen. This, in theory, makes it so that... No, I kind of like this. Code! But don't worry, this makes sense. A random number is where our random number between 1 and 100 is being generated. Ignore all of this block, and just ignore all of this for now, and just imagine this part. If the random number is between 11 and 15, then it goes into this part. And then there's another question. If another random number between 1 and 100 is over 50, then it does the glitch. What does this mean? It means that if it falls in between 11 and 15, there's a 50-50 chance that the glitch effect will be activated. That's all it is. I think that's simple, isn't it? I think this makes sense because this is a function. This is a calling of a function, and it will resolve into a specific value. It's not being stored anywhere. I'm not storing it in random number, but I am. It's just for this condition. There's a 50% chance that this number gets generated, and it's 55, and so that's over 50. Therefore, it will create the glitch. So there's that. You know what? We'll save it like this. Compile it. It does work. So this works. Let's do the same for the Geigas and make it even rarer for Geigas, because I feel like Geigas has to be a rare occurrence. So let me do if random next is over is less than 25. Let's make it less than let's make it less than 20. There's a 20% chance then. And then we have that, and then the thing closes. There you go. So now, if the random number that gets generated it falls in between 6 and 10, there is a 20% chance that Geigas comes out. Just thinking of two random numbers effectively. Effectively, this is kind of that. It's just that there's one global random number that determines the chance of everything, and within that, depending on the value of that random number, there's another random chance. That's just how it works. And then you can keep it. What's funny is that you can keep stacking these things. You can keep stacking these things. I can make another condition where if the random number generated is less than 10, then we should make it include, because then it will include everything from 1 to 50. There we go. Got a better way to explain the 50-50? It's a coin toss. Coin toss? A coin toss. Okay, like for example, let me to show you what how this works. We can go back to this thing. We can go back to this thing. Let me replace all this. Let me make it so that I can read a little bit of it. So we generate the thing here, and then instead of doing CPH OBS, because this is not gonna work, we do console write line, and then we do console write line again, and then we do console write line again. Or rather, we do this console write line random number, and then we generate that number, and then we do if it falls between 1 and 5, we write hey yo, and then in the other one we write whoa, that's rare. And then if we fall in here, we go ah. So if we run this, it's gonna generate a random number. See, it generated 19. That means that it does not enter here because it is not between 1 and 5. It does not enter here because it is not between 6 and 10, and it does not fall in here because it is not between 11 and 15. It is 19, and so it just doesn't do anything. And so we run it again. Let's see. It is 77. It doesn't do any of these things. Hopefully one of these runs will actually do something. That's 32. This is how low these odds are. That's 60. This is visualizing the gotcha pretty much. In a different way, kinda. That's 70, damn. Funny number, yeah. That's 94, which look at that. I feel like there has to be like one unique event if the number happens to be 69. If the number happens to be 69, I feel like there has to be something funny. One off, damn it. I know, this is the stream now. We're playing with random numbers. 87. Wait, what is that? First the coin. If coin is tails, then you roll a dice and one of the sides is the same, and if you get heads and the other. Yeah. It's something like that. It's just compounding different methods of chance. That's 11. So there you go. Okay. This works. It's just that we didn't win the 50-50 and the console didn't get to write the line. So it fell in here. Even though it fell in here, we lost the 50-50. We lost the 50-50. But we can make it so there's a quote unquote guarantee. If we create a flag value here, this is a funny thing. If you want to know how to program the Genshin thing, well, not really. This won't work. Because there would need to be a global flag that persists between runs, so it won't work. But imagine there's a global variable Imagine there's a global variable that is like a flag for something. So if it falls in here, it sets that flag to true. No matter what, it sets that flag to true, and then it keeps going, whether or not it enters to this one. And so next time it runs, if it falls here again, in this line, we can add another check that says, is the flag true? And if the flag is true, that means that we've already entered into this block, and we already entered into this block, meaning that we can actually guarantee this happening now. But it has to be like a global variable that persists. We can't do that on stream, but that's kind of like how Genshin handles the the guarantees, for example. But yeah, maybe we get something. Hold on. Who knows? Hey, there you go. Look at that. 4 AO. We got that. That would have meant that that would have meant in the Jimmy code, Jimmy would have come out RGB then. But see, it works. It's all just simple logic, really. This is why I wasn't particularly worried about programming this bit, because I knew that it was simple. Or you know what? If we want to make it, how do you do comments on? That's how you do comments. If you want to do it easier, we just do int. I mean, let me do. If I want to show you, I can just make it so that random number is 12. If random number is 12, every time we run this, it's gonna go in here, and there's a 50-50 chance of console write line writing A. It didn't do it then. It didn't do it again. Okay, hold on. Is this working? There you go. It worked. We lost the 50-50 3 times in a row, baby. But it works. We were guaranteeing that the random number was 12, meaning that it would fall into this block. But we have no way of guaranteeing that this right here is going to be 50 or over 50. So there you go. Programming. Random chance. And then the same goes for if we make it 7, we can test this bit right here. This is gonna be even. Whoa, that's okay. We were lucky that time because there's a 20% chance of this happening. If the random number is between 6 and 10, there's a 20% chance that it writes this line. So we were even luckier than the last time. There you go. Part of me is wondering if I should make a Minecraft block wall. You have square wall. What? Wait, what's the context of this? Did I miss an extra message? Oh, hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. I didn't realize you were still here. Get out of here. And we run it again. See, now it's back to 7, and we didn't go in here because we didn't win the 20% chance. There you go. That's how that works. That's how Jimmy's inner machinations work. It's just chances. It's just manipulating a random number. Well, not even manipulating a random number. It's just a bunch of if statements, a bunch of conditions that if they are met, something gets triggered on stream. Very, very simple coding, really. This for stream avatars. I got different files from Wool and plan to add stuff like tuning. Oh, damn, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know how to do the stream avatars things. I know that it's an extension that you gotta add to your stream, but I haven't really like looked into it. I'm unsure what I would give, what I would make you guys be. Like I don't know what would, oh my god, beep beep. I don't know what I would give you guys. Like realistically. Oh, this is Xyling's music, by the way. I forgot that I forgot that I added a Xiling song in here. Xyling's the friend of the show, if you will. But yeah. So we got some Jimmy. Worst case, there's Pokemon, Kirby, and a lot of pre-made guys. Yeah, like some of the streamers that I do know use stream avatars have the Pokemon one. It's the most the most universal one, I guess. Beep beep. That was a beep beep. That was the car in there. There you go. Beep beep. God, it's so much louder on my end. Beep 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 beep. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. I said beep beep, I'm a sheep. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. I said beep beep, I'm a sheep. Wait, I just thought of something. Beep beep. There you go. Jimmy will now be able to say beep beep. I think it just makes sense, doesn't it? It's like an activation for the stream. There we go. Added another line to Jimmy. So far the Jimmy total, the total of Jimmy lines, by the way, I think it must be like at 104, 105, if I recall correctly. Jimmy lines has 104. Jimmy can say one line out of 104. So Jimmy's script looking like a movie's now. I do wonder how many words can Jimmy say. I don't know what the word count of all the Jimmy lines is. That is a curious question. I would love it if there was a way to like prove to test that or some capacity. To some capacity. There's a bunch of ones that are very funny. What is this one? Oh, okay, I remember that. Okay. Deuteronomy. Oh, right. The Deuteronomy is the Bible verse that is like about the parapet and like bloodshed and the creepy one. Oh wait, we can find another out of pocket Bible verse. I can check if I put it into the Word doc. No, I'm recording them. I don't have anything written down. I do not have any lines written down. All of what I've recorded off the dome, on stream or off stream. Out of context Bible verses. An entire day of work. Yeah. Verses that sound terrible out of context. r/Bible. This is great. Let's see. Psalm 37:4. Delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. No, that one's not so funny. Happy shall they be who take your little ones and dash them against the rock. Excuse me? Happy shall they be who take your little ones. Happy shall they be who take your little ones and dash them against the rock. What? What is this? Oh my god. Some of these are very long. I'm reading out of context Bible verses. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known a man by sleeping with him. But all the young girls who have not known a man by sleeping with him, keep alive for yourselves. What the fuck is this? I can't imagine. I can only imagine that this is within the context of a character, or not a character, or someone saying this, and that someone isn't exactly a good person. Not a good person would not say that. Like straight up, they wouldn't. I've never read the Bible. I don't know how it reads. I just know these random Old Testament stuff for sure. Oh, it could be this. Well, the one about the kill every male thing, that one is from Numbers 31, 17, 18. I don't know what that means. Again. Yeah, this is weird. Oh my god, no, I don't like some of these. I'm a demon. I don't really read the Bible. No, either. I mean, either. I don't. I'm not baptized. It is very strange for. It's not strange. But I live in a country where baptizing your child is, I wouldn't say normal, but it's very common. So I am the odd one out that isn't baptized. So there you go. The lookout reported he has reached them, but he isn't coming back either. The driving line is that that's not, no, that's not so funny. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. That's not so funny once again. Okay, this was funny. He turned around, looked at them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. Then, 2 female birds came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the children. What? Apparently, this is from Kings 2:23-24, and the kids were making fun of a guy for being bald. I don't know. What? What the heck happens in the Bible? Oh, that's so crazy. Popped in at the right time. We're reading random verses of the Bible because Jimmy, my little guy, has a chance to say one random Bible verse, which out of context sounds very ominous. So I was trying to find other potential funny lines that he could say. So I'm looking up stuff on the internet. We found this one about welcome on in, Left to Thrive. I hope you're having a wonderful one. I remember that guy. You do? Okay. That's wild. Some of these are crazy though. Like just crazy. Some of them are crazy out of context, but not particularly funny. I need them to have a funny connotation when read out of context. Like that one about the bears is funny out of context. But I don't know if Jimmy saying it makes a lot of sense. The one about the building a new house and build a parapet around the roof, that one is funny out of context because it's very ominous. Children is 2-year-olds to 29 years old, not always kids. Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Yeah, I get it. I get what you mean. Yeah, okay, this is the one that this is the one that I always knew because it's popularly quoted as an out of context Bible quote, which is, there she lusted after her lovers whose genitals were like those of donkeys and whose emission was like that of horses. That one is, I think, a very famous Bible verse for how wild it is out of context, and probably in context as well, but but yeah. Yeah. See, it's quoted twice in this whole thread. Am I a sea or a whale that thou settest to watch over me? What? That's not particularly exciting. Okay, never mind. I don't want to read some of these. Some of these are so crazy that I don't want to read them. The bits that you bet they don't read on site. True. Oh. Yeah, none of these are particularly funny. I mean, I don't think the Bible is supposed to be a funny book anyways, right? It's just that I'm trying to find out of context things that could be funny to be read out of context. Okay, I gotta go pee though. So vibe real quick with the what is it? With the shop theme, and then we can continue doing whatever the heck it is we were doing. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Back and I brought some snacks. Well, now you're not. Now you're supervised. So I'm sorry to say, your small little moment of unsupervision has been cut short. Wait, ads are still going. I ran some ads in the meantime because why the hell not? Give me 1 second. I'll be closing the window. Though I'm still here. I can hear what you do. So don't think you're not getting away with things now. There we go. Oh shit. The window's broken. There we go. Now I'm truly back. Now I'm truly back. Hello. Hello, hello. I didn't do nothing at all. That gives me an idea. I'm also recording random Jimmy lines, by the way. So if any of you still have suggestions for Jimmy lines, feel free to throw them. I may record them. I got Audacity open, and one that I want to say is whoa, I didn't do anything. Or maybe, oh, hold on. Well, that wasn't me. There we go. That's one. Let me do that one. That's one, and then the other is gonna be the other one's gonna be whoa, I didn't do anything. There we go. Just need to add the pitch.
Well, that wasn't me.
What the heck? That's crazy. How did you actually say the literal new line? How did you say the literal new line that I just recorded, Jimmy? That's creepy. That is kind of creepy. That's wild. Damn. It would have been even crazier if he came out with one of the new effects that he can have. There we go. Jimmy possessed or something? But it could be. It could be. Who knows at this point? Oh, these are kind of dry. These are good. I like these things, that these snacks. They're little biscuits, but they're kind of dry. I'm guessing they're kind of been out for a while already, so. What other effects do you think we can give Jimmy? I forgot that that's what we were doing. We're kind of what we were doing. We're just yapping. How was your all days, by the way? I don't know what I just said there. Hydrate before you hydrate. Yeah. I got coffee with me. That's not hydrating, but at least it's liquids. And I drank a good amount of water on the day already, so it's not like I am neglecting my water intake. It's funny, a friend of mine sent me a hydration meme like this morning as I was drinking water. Friendly on Minecraft? Hey, let's go. It's been a while since I played Minecraft. There hasn't been much of a reason for me to play Minecraft. The Cobblemon server I was in is apparently on its last legs. Well, not exactly last legs. I think they're archiving it. I imagine eventually more people ended up leaving because it's hard to stay consistent in one of those servers. So it kind of just reached its natural end, I suppose. And that happens all the time, like even in the big servers for big corpos like Hololive servers. Like they have a big Minecraft servers, yeah, where everybody plays, but eventually people just drop off and then that's it. Unless there's an event going on or something, like you won't see a lot of people playing Minecraft. It's always like a seasonal thing, I think. Who knows? Maybe I join another Minecraft server some other day and then I do something else. I don't know. It's hard to stay consistent with Minecraft, I fear. Unless you're really passionate about the game or something. Yeah. The interest shifts. Exactly. Oh, you wait. Oh, Selma. Acid making it working well. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that, weren't you? I mean, if it's not going well right now, then I wouldn't sweat it too much. It just may be one of those days when inspiration ain't hidden, you know? But how's the music level? Because I have it lowered on my end and also on you guys' end. So you are hearing it even lower than I am. Because I need to be able to hear myself. But you guys also need to have the audio lower. So to make this for like next week-ish. Ah. Well, you still got time. So I wouldn't panic. Debut stuff. I see. Ooh, well then that's some exciting stuff. I didn't set, like, I kind of get why you would set deadlines for your own stuff. I fully understand, because I didn't do it for myself. Like I got like, for example, all the assets for Stream 2.0 and the new model months before I debuted this new model. You know, so I completely understand giving yourself like an actual deadline, because it just, you know, forces you to be maybe not active, but at the very least it forces you to be, you know, working on things. But I don't like, well, I know myself. I know that even if I set myself new deadlines, a deadline for like a personal project or something like that, it won't matter, because like the date will come up and the deadline will come up and nothing will change for me, because I said it myself. There is no consequences to not fulfilling the deadline. I said it myself. It's not like I have been forced by a boss or something to hit those deadlines. So I work well under outside pressure, not under self-imposed pressure. But for others, it might work. For others, it could work. So I completely understand. For me, not necessarily. I do try to have at least, you know, some semblance of it. I do try. And if I didn't have that, If I didn't have that, then yeah. Like for example, I knew I wanted to release Stream 2.0 and the 2.0 model within the year. So I set it up as like a yearly goal. And then I ended up knocking that out early in the year because I ended up having everything ready way faster than I thought. And I was like, I can just release this. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm really, really bad with deadlines, but I really want to start using my model. Might as well do it on my birthday. Yay! Oh, wait, when's your birthday? My birthday is next week. Oh, that's a funny thing. Okay, I got to talk about this as well. Next Saturday is my birthday. And last year I did a whole kind of special stream for my birthday because I was able to stream on my birthday. Also, hi, Chocolate. Welcome on in. I don't really know what to say. Don't worry about it. You can summon Jimmy to say something. maybe if you're lucky enough, he comes out with a you should no.
That's funny.
That's okay. Maybe not that. maybe not that. Welcome in and I hope you have a wonderful day. We're just yapping. We're just honestly yapping. The 14th? Oh damn. Last is in my year and we're the same birthday. Yeah, I've realized that I know, like, in my life, I know a dozen other people that have birthdays in August. So, listen, Christmas babies are popular. That's all I'm going to say. There's so many Christmas babies. There's just so many of us. Yeah. Yeah, me both. Oh, you're also like that with the self-imposed thing in life. Oh, that's great. August is popular. Yes. Yep. I'm the 16th. I have a cousin that his birthday is on the 12th. I have a friend. I have two friends. One whose birthday's on the 15th, and then another on the 17th. Throughout college, I knew two other people that had birthdays on the same day as I. And then there's a number of other August birthdays in my own family. There do be some trends. Yeah, as a New Year's baby. Oh, scandalous. Well, that also makes sense. There was that whole, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Dropout, the streaming service, formerly College Humor. But they have a show called Smarty Pants where the comedians make presentations on silly stuff. And one of them, Mike Trapp, the one who's also the host of I'm Actually, another show by them. He made a presentation of which is the happiest birthday, where he singled out a specific date, which is the happiest of all the birthdays. I forget what the date was, but it's one of the presentations that's actually freely available to watch on YouTube. So you don't even need to pay for a Dropout subscription to witness the glory of that presentation. It was great. And spoiler, it is not August. August was written down, was written off early in there. I was meant to be September 1st. Like, oh, I see. I don't know how I summoned Jimmy. No, you didn't summon Jimmy. you didn't summon Jimmy. That one was Miss Direwolf through Twitch channel points. Also, hi, Curse. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're just yapping away. We've been working on Jimmy, and Jimmy can now, every time anyone summons Jimmy, for those who just walked in, every time he gets summoned, there is a random chance for him to appear in a strange way. He could come out looking like Gygas from Earthbound. He can come out all RGB, and he can come out glitched as heck. I want to add other things to that. Like for the other ones, I want to add an effects on his voice, so that he comes out sounding glitchy or whatever. But I haven't done that because I would have to test it on myself first. So it's kind of crazy. I wanted to let everyone know what day was the best and had to go back to school after the first day on the new. Oh no! What do you mean you got yelled at for saying a name correctly? That feels like a wrong thing to yell at a child for. Now, come on now. Oh! I'm now realizing that random.next does not include the top number. So let me redo the code and make it so that it generates a random number between 1 and 101. Because then it means that there is a chance for it to generate 100. So that's good. Saying it correct? Yeah, saying it correctly is weird. Do we like a weird occult ritual? And be a cool way for him to enter just like a pentagram? No. If you're on YouTube, you do !Jimmy and you will summon him. It has a cooldown though, so you can't spam it. Are we gonna see it, or is it a secret? If you were here earlier, then I was showing you the potential ways in which he could look, but not anymore. not anymore. But yes. Can I see it? Well, you can use the command, and if you're lucky enough, maybe he shows up in one of those rare forms. I want people to try it, man. I want people to like actually try the Jimmy command, because so far we have not triggered it. And listen, I'm not joking. Anybody can trigger it. You just need to be lucky. So if anybody summons Jimmy by any means, even I could get lucky enough to summon him and he comes out looking unique. But you guys can also summon him by the normal means, either by channel points on Twitch or by using the command on YouTube. And yeah. So feel free to test it. Was up names often, and because my friend's last name was similar, I got muddled up a lot. Oh, I see. Either way, that's not a good way. That's not a good reason to yell at a child, I think. What do you think, Jimmy?
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
I guess he might have also gone through a similar situation. Poor boy Jimmy. First they lined up who was wasn't that day, and then the name. That's not her. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. But still, like, why would you yell at? Well, it's just if it's among children, I'm not surprised. Children are mean. Lance, why you yell at him? Deserved. I've yelled at Jimmy a couple of times. Yes, I have yelled at Jimmy a couple of times because he sometimes deserves it. But who knows? Maybe he got yelled at when he was like fucking training in the Aconcagua. I don't exactly know what he went through there. I don't exactly know what he went through in the Aconcagua where he learned all of these skills. So it could be that in his experiences there, he met someone who was kind of mean to him. So who knows? It's got a shiny form like in Pokemon. He got 3. Yeah, those are regional Jimmy forms. Actually, if you want to make it specific, there is a way for him to come out as a different color. That's not hard at all. Because that's, again, one other filter that changes his color. Not one that cycles through the rainbow. That's the shiniest of Jimmys. That was a neat little... Okay, that wasn't over. Neat little tune, Jimmy. Thank you for that. Was like tennis was an adult. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's even worse. What an asshole. Girl chicken is banging. Hell yeah. On the little grin. Yeah, the shit-eating grin. Yeah, it's so funny. Some pronunciation wars in my small child years, but not a teacher yelling at anyone for being wrong. Yeah, that's true. That's the thing. Or rather being correct, but like in another context. Like you said the name right, but not the person that needed it. I'm teacher crazy, but that was my bad, not the teacher. So versatile, yes. And all the expressions are also randomized, so who knows? Maybe sometimes he comes up with like he comes and says the most out of pocket shit with that face, and it's so funny. We should find something else to listen to, I think. Because this is like the second time the song is played already, so I feel like we've let's see, chill 8-bit music, no copyright or whatever. I don't trust these mixes. I want to see a playlist of like Nintendo music or something. Nintendo. No, you know what? Fuck it. We're doing the DS and Wii era Fruger Arrow. Because I love this playlist. I don't know. I like it. It's got like Wii and DS era type music. And it's very chill. And I like it. I enjoy it. Very basic Minecraft sheep block mate. Let's go! Let's go! Congrats. There you go. You can get it done. Jimmy gives me Dad, I want McDonald's vibes. I could hold on. How do I make him say that in a way that's funny? How do I make him say that in a way that's funny? Not Dada, that feels too childish. I don't want him to appear so childish, like that much childish. I feel like he needs to be more mature than that. Dad. Oh, hold on. How do I? Okay, wait, hold on. I got this. Let me get fucking McDonald's. He doesn't swear. If there's one thing that I've been consistent with Jimmy is that none of the lines that he says are swears. So you know what? Let's make it let's make it so one of them is a random fuck. Fuck. It's like baby's first swear. I like that. I like that. And then we can all like act surprised whenever he does actually get to say it. We need to have the I need to have the Jimmy swears be like rare. PG-13 rules with one swear. Yeah. Also, hi Terang, welcome on in. Hello. Long time no see. Yeah, how you been? Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're working on my little guy. I don't know if you've... It's been long enough that I legitimately do not know if you know who my little Jimmy guy is. But we're working on him right now while also yapping. Yapping about anything and everything. Oh my god, listen to my voice. There's something in my throat. There's something in my throat and my voice has changed. Can you notice? Because I can notice. Please tell me if you notice that my voice sounds different, because I notice that my voice is sounding different and I don't like it. Okay, there we go. We're back to normal, guys. You know when you're like, I don't know, swallowing saliva or something and then like a bubble forms in your throat and then that stays there? Does that ever happen to you? Because that's what happened to me just now. Who are you and where's Lance? Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just having coffee sometimes, and that happens. Is that like an evil doctor when that happens? Could be my alter ego. My alter ego. That was weird. I want to go back and listen to it because I don't know how that sounds. That's crazy. But does it just happen to me, or has it ever happened to any of you? Because it can't be just me that whenever I swallow my own saliva, sometimes there's like the little pocket of air that gets formed for some reason, and then that stays there. You fix it by swallowing it again. Busted Lance White, shield black. That's... yeah. that would be my arch nemesis. I had that a lot, but nobody said anything. It's noticeable. I would say it's noticeable. I mean, you guys noticed. I noticed. That means I'm coughing it up too. Yeah, I can see that happening. In my case, it was just random. I don't have anything in my throat right now or anything. It was just coincidence. cool that it was recorded for posterity, though. Make the design later. Just want to go crazy. Go crazy. Nothing in my design screams lands, I think. I just picked the name because I like it. I think I told the story of why I came up with the name Lance White, didn't I? If you don't know, I just like the name Lance. That's all it is. I've been on the internet as Lance White for years. For a long time. I want to say it's been at least 6 to 7 years, maybe. I am unsure. I've gone by other names on the internet. I've gone by other names, but Lance White is the one that I've used for the longest because I like it. and the whole reason why it's Lance White is because I had the name Lance and I liked it, but I didn't want to just be Lance, and I wanted to come up with a last name for it. And so I literally looked up a list of last names in English, and I went looking through all the possibilities, and I was like, Lance this, Lance this, Lance this, Lance this, until I hit Lance White. It wasn't in alphabetical order, don't worry, it was just random, I guess. No, I was like, Lance White sounds cool because you can flip it and make it White Lance, and then it just sounds like the name of a weapon. So it's like, that's cool. And thus I became Lance_White. Alt Universe went for Lance Smith. I don't like that. It doesn't sound as cool. It doesn't sound as cool. Okay, hold on. Common last names in the US. Smith, Brown, Miller, Davis, Jones, Johnson, Williams, Garcia, and Rodriguez. Are they common as well? Imagine Lance Garcia. Lance Jackson. Yeah, but none of them ringed as nice as Lance White. I think the thing that actually like convinced me was the weapon sounding thing. It's black. Wait, black? Really? Black as well? I guess, yeah. White is also not a rare last name as far as I'm aware. I mean, Barry White, for one. Or Charlie. Moist Critical's last name is White. His name is Charles White. Crocodile is based from the Jobs family had back there. Oh, really? I mean, that makes sense. You have... Yes. White, actually, as as it turns out, White is the number 24 most common U.S. surname. I thought it was a little bit more rare than that, but no. Apparently it's English, Scottish, Irish. Like if you look up Lance White on Google, you will find a basketball coach. There is a basketball coach who is currently the associate head coach for the Hofstra Pride women's basketball team, and he was formerly the head coach of Pittsburgh Panthers women's basketball team, and he shares name with this random ass VTuber on the internet. Black and White was Smith's. Oh, I see. That one is basically bouncer. Oh, for Shepherd? Yeah, that makes sense. That does make a ton of sense. I mean, like a shepherd of sheeps, right? There's also another Lance. Oh yeah, no, there's a number of Lance Whites on YouTube. I remember this. I made a meme about this. Even. No, my real one. Oh. Oh, well, that's fine. No need to dox yourself. I mean, a shepherd is also kind of like a bouncer if you think about it. Because you have to guide specific, you have to guide animals or something. I'll let you guess what shepherds do. True. Yeah, Lance White, but this guy is from Lance's room. And this guy's real name might be Lance White. You guys want to see? You guys want to see Lance White? Lance White face reveal? Holy shit, guys! Guys!
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant.
I'm sorry about that, Jimmy. I'm sorry. This is Lance White, by the way. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but this is Lance White. No association with me, though. This is just a Lance White. Seems like a cool dude, though. He's got a nice PC. It's got all green and stuff. Though, to be fair, this video is 3 years old. So, yeah. What the heck happened to the sidebar? I've killed YouTube somehow. There you go. This is Lance White. And this is also Lance White. My redeem got transitioned. Yeah, I wonder, did that break anything? Oh, whoops, that did break something. Jimmy's in here now. Whoops, don't worry, we can readjust Jimmy as it should be. Question is, are the filters? No, the filters are properly. That's not Lance White, that's Lance White. It's true. It's true. I guess these are the... Jimmy wasn't happy with that. No, he was not happy. He clearly was not happy. We almost made him drop his croissant and he got stuck in the void of transitions and then he was like unable to move for a little bit. I guess this is on me. I created not a very rare name. I feel like I have one of the most normal VTuber names. Like, don't you think? Let me go to the VTuber wiki. Let's do a little bit of an experiment. Not experiment. Let's do a little bit of investigation because I'm curious now. Let's see. At least it's not John Smith. I tried to not make it John Smith. That is true. Okay, so virtual YouTuber wiki, cool site. I mean, not cool because it's in fandom, but you win some, you lose some. Got a lot of info on a lot of VTubers. This is also, this reminds me, I have a project that is like half finished, kinda, that I wanted to turn into a stream that I kind of left on the wayside for some reason, and I need to get back to it. But I think I've been busy with thesis work to make it work. But I want to make a study on, a quote-unquote study on VTuber heights. And I got a little script running. Well, not running, but I could make it work. A script that runs through every VTuber on the VTuber wiki and collects their height. I found something. What did you find? Well, these two are called Barbara and Karen. Fandom, I don't give a fuck. They have pretty normal names. You posted it, but I'm dying. Wait, what? What did I post? You can't send links, so that's the problem. So I don't know exactly what it is you sent. Share it on the Discord. I can open it up here. If you share it on the Discord, I'm gonna open it up. Where are you? No, that's just me. Memes here. Oh yeah, the Blue Fireman one. Yeah, I did this. Yeah. I remember this. It was when this thing kind of became viral for a little bit for a moment. Yeah. Hey guys, Blue Fireman, not what I'm called. I did post this because it's very common. It's very common for people to come into my stream or just witness me on the internet or wherever and assume that I'm made of fire. Grillby is another one as well, but Grillby's more specific. It would depend on them knowing Undertale. So, and then again, they must know Undertale well enough to know that the guy that runs the bar is called Grillby. It's like a small detail that maybe some people even forget. I kind of want to try VTubing. Well, if you are interested, you can. You absolutely can. You can get started for free. In fact, I would recommend you start it for free. You shouldn't put money on that. You could get a customizable VTuber model and then just like go crazy with it, or draw a PNG yourself and then use that as an avatar. Or I would even recommend starting stream not as a VTuber and just going live randomly and just like make sure to find a way to put game footage or whatever the heck you want to do on stream on the screen, and then just stream that for like a year on and off. I was a streamer of just a random streamer that played Genshin on YouTube before I decided to properly become a VTuber. So so yeah, there's plenty of ways to get into it. I've been doing it since Kisuna, and this has been years since I was able to. Oh hell yeah! I also know of VTubers because of Kisuna, basically. Weird Bugsnax Girls design. That's the only funny. No, don't worry about it. That's not strange. Look, you're walking into VTuber territory. We got designs like freaking this. Well, we need to get a better. I need a better view of you. Like this is a VTuber. This is a moth girl, and she's great. You like the sky's the limit with VTubers. She can also look like this. Like it's not strange to be inspired by Bugsnax or something. See, look at that. Like she even had a model made that was literally just this, like an eldritch abomination, and it's cool as hell. It's a little gorilla, and oh yeah, and the gorilla is so funny because isn't his name literally just Gorilla? Yeah. And his model is this. This guy is a freaking institution in the VTuber world. This guy has been in like HoloLive streams, and he's been doing this since 2018, and this has been his model. No, this is not the April. This is the main one. April Fool's is this. April Fool's is a normal looking VTuber model. Actually didn't know about this. Oh, that's so great. Actually, and what I know about this guy as well is that he has a great singing voice, because I remember there being a singing contest for VTubers that I think Rika from HoloStars and Suisei from HoloLive had organized. Either them together, or it was just Rika's thing and Suisei helped. I don't know. He participated in it and he won. Like he has a really great voice. He's affiliated with V Music, which I have never heard of this. What is V Music? Do I know any of the other people that are in this? Not exactly. No, I don't. There's a photo of the silverback. Imagine a realistic gorilla. Yeah. He's also a member of Not Rank, which is a game streamer group founded by Shibuya Hal. There you go. See, this guy's like pretty huge on the VTubing scene in Japan. So that's pretty crazy. And he's I don't know if I would say that he's an Apex pro, but he's good at it. No monkey business. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, he's dope. He's dope. The whole reason I forgot why we were here. Rabbit hole, here we are. I mean, this is what happens on yapping streams. My yapping streams are like this. They're ADHD incarnate. Apex. I see what you did there. My yapping streams are like this. We go into them with a specific goal, maybe, and then we keep yapping, and then we go into topic over topic over topic over topic. And Goldship, yeah. Does Goldship have a entry in this? Oh my god, she does. That's so fucking great. I love this. This is technically correct. They gave Goldship a VTuber wiki page. Oh, that's so good. I love it so much. Hell yeah. It's true. She's a VTuber essentially like he's an eye. She's from Pakatube. Love me some good old Goldship. I was never able to win the URA finals with her, but I do have a good Goldship on my roster. Monkey business and horsing around. Yeah, they got it all. These for your model. My model, let me find it real quick. I don't want to show you guys everything in my browsing history because maybe there's like some things you shouldn't be able to see But just in case. This. Well, vtuber is not exactly open yet, but it's this. It's this one specifically, vtuber Mini. Though they have the full version that is supposedly going to come out sometime, which is like a more advanced version of vtuber, which sounds freaking cool, but it is not available yet. When finals thing also got hard to win the final. Let's go! That's so good. I was watching a little bit of the Haru Cup from SVA yesterday, which was really fun, where they all, like, the whole tournament for SVA, for the Haru Cup was literally just start a new account, get some potentially good legacies, and then train a Haru that you're going to use to run against, like, 12 other Harus in the Arimakinen. And it was super sick. I couldn't watch the whole thing because it was very long and it ended at, like, midnight for me, but I did watch as much as I could. It was fun. But yeah, the one that I use specifically is this one, vtuber Mini. It is literally very simple to set up. You literally just like feed it an image to show when you're speaking, and then another when you're not, and then it just switches between the two normally. That's all it is. Then there's other ways to do it. Then there's other things that you can do to get different expressions like this, but that's a whole other thing. You can also do like subtle animations. Like if you notice, I'm swaying, and if I get angry, I'm like shaking a little bit more violently. You can set those things up. It's pretty simple to set up. But yeah, that is vtuber Mini. It's super simple, and I love it. The full version of vtuber, I have no idea how it's gonna work and what's it gonna do that's different than vtuber Mini, but it appears that it's a lot more in depth. You can create, edit, and use vtuber Mini avatars. You can also use avatars from Honk and PNGtuber Plus. Oh, this is cool because PNGtuber Plus was discontinued. So it's cool that there's another alternative for those people. Though I think there's also another software that has kind of like took over the mantle of PNGtuber Plus, which is pretty cool. Allows for more rigging. Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. It seems like another alternative. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Going back to VTubers. What was it? Why did we get into why did we go into the VTuber wiki in the first place? Oh, it's because we were talking about names. PNGtuber Plus was canned. Yes, it's a whole thing. The original creator of PNGtuber Plus discontinued the project because they realized that their software was being used by not the people that they intended to be used for. It was weird. They had like a whole crash out over VTubers using PNGtuber Plus because originally they didn't create the software for VTubers to use it, and they discontinued the project because they were uninterested in it, which was weird. It was rough. Like it wasn't very well seen. But luckily, somebody else took over the project, and not necessarily the project. I think they just like made a new one that kind of continued the legacy of it. I forget the name of it, but I think it's also something related to PNGtuber. I don't remember the name of it. What was it for then? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what they intended it to be. Maybe they intended it to be used for like, I don't know, story time YouTubers or something like that. You know, the ones that use their avatars for YouTube videos. Yeah, PNGtuber is yeah, 100%. A PNGtuber is just another kind of VTuber. It's like a different category. Exactly. You're looking for other lances? How many? That's a good question. That's actually not exactly why I went in here, but is there? No way. There is none. Okay, there's one that's called Lane. Okay. Oh my god. There is not a single VTuber in the VTuber wiki whose name is Lance. That can't be right. That can't be right. I mean, that just means that there's no one that's been popular enough to warrant getting a proper article in here, but there's gotta be more. Why are you not there? Because I didn't write that. I didn't write these. Anybody can go and make an article about me, I guess. Also, I'm a small little guy. There aren't very many small VTubers in here, not that I can think of. If you're small enough, you probably don't have one. Somebody needs to write it, and I don't want to write it myself. You gotta go, oh, don't worry about it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. You're gonna check out the VTube? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Go ahead, go follow your dreams. See, there's only 9,000 pages, and not all of those are gonna be for VTubers themselves. So if you're a very small indie, chances are you don't have an article in here. And I know plenty of, like, for example, Len mentioned about bunnies. I know a couple of bunny VTubers. I know, for example, Junie. Okay, Junie is in here. Junie does have a VTuber wiki article, which is dope. I love Junie. Junie's great, and she has a pretty full article. So somebody really like put in work to write this. So honestly, props to that. I don't know who it was. It might have been Junie herself too. Nobody said you can't do it, I think. So that's pretty cool. No Selma too? There is no Selma? Dude. Yeah, no Selmas. Okay, how about Nor? Yeah, no, Nor isn't in the VTuber wiki either. No, not Noir Vesper. Don't remind me of the dead. Come on now. Or Maven. That's the other VTuber, bunny VTuber that I know. Hexachu is, and I know that I'm pretty sure Hexachu is friends with May. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's why it was mentioned here. Okay, that's why she's mentioned. Because Hexachu is a VTuber who has done stuff for May, and so there's links for Mickey, which is another one I know. And then here's Maven. But Maven, it just links to her Twitter. Don't show me anything weird, May. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't show me anything weird. This is Maven. This one. But she doesn't have a VTuber wiki article. She doesn't exactly have one. Mickey does though. Neko Mickey. There you go. Does Palm have one? Wait, hold on. Tomato. Yeah, somebody. She does have one. Hell yeah. I like checking in on these things because okay, it's weird for me. It's not weird. I've known Palm, May, Mickey, and well, mostly them for a while. They've been active since Palm, at least, has been active since 2022, and I'm pretty sure I discovered her in 2023. So it's cool to see her grow. She is, I want to say she's huge right now, but she's quite big. She's got, I think, over 10K followers on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure I started following her in like 2023 when she had half of that. I don't think she was even a partner. She was not a partner, so I must have started following her in 2022, because I remember when she hit partner. So it's cool to see VTubers, you know, from when they were very small. Because there's a beard in your focus. Oh, don't worry. Have a great rest of your day and good luck on what you got to do to focus. Wait, how many shepherds? Do we have a shepherd? Nope, no shepherd. No shepherd either. No shepherd. I'm sorry to say. Honestly, that might be good for you. That means you can have like a monopoly on that. I forget she's supposed to be a pine marten. Whenever I see her, I'm kind of like, she kind of looks like a cat or a ferret, but no, she's a pine marten because she's Canadian. But yeah, you need to write. Somebody needs to write articles about VTubers to be on the wiki. So somebody could write an article about me, and I think I could also like, you know, write one for myself. I don't think they are against that. Fresh VTubers, newcomers. Wait, what the heck? What is this? Oh, this is a Japanese site. Translated to English. How does this look? Modu Modui. A cat that works on YouTube. Cool, but this is Japanese though. So microsheet once I sort of sprite sheet. Oh, cool. Do tell how it goes. I wish you good luck. But yeah, this isn't exactly why I wanted to. I remember why I wanted to check in. Let me see. Let me find anyone. It can be literally anyone. Here, you Mikazuki Mai. I don't know who you are. Oh, you're from Project Kawaii. Rest in peace. Wait, is this Kawaii? Never mind. This is another. This is Kawaii with a V. Weird. I've never heard of them. Categories. Category. YouTube 3D, Live 2D. I could just honestly, Live 2D is fine. So here, this is a list of VTubers, for example. There's a list of VTubers. There's this guy. It's called Benjamin. That's a pretty normal name. That is a pretty normal name. Not gonna lie. Data may be a bit weirder of a name. But Benjamin, Ben, yeah. Some names in Japanese aren't exactly strange either. Like, for example... Well, no, I don't know. None of them. Akane Jun. See, this guy... For formerly Prison Project, I remember. This guy has a pretty normal name in Japanese. Jun Akane. That's just very, very normal. Aki is, I think, also a normal name in Japanese. Rosenthal isn't. But Aki is. Alice. There's a bunch of Alice or Alicia VTubers. I do know that. That's particular. That's pretty normal. Amelie, well, Amelie's name is just a contraction of her real name. Her real name is Amanda. What else do Annie? What? Anya. Anya is a normal name in like Russian. Well, not just Russian. I know Anyas that aren't exactly Russian. There's an actress that's Anya Taylor-Joy. As far as I'm aware, she's not Russian. In fact, I think she has Argentinian family. So yeah, that's pretty normal. So yeah, I'm not alone in having a particularly normal name, I think. I'm not exactly alone. It's just that it's strange to find those things because usually people would go for like more crazy names. Like Cherry Lupina. Like what? Okay, well, inactive, but yes. Like, what's this? Cherry Lupina? That's a weird ass name. I didn't think of anything crazy like that. I just thought of Lance White because I liked it. Crimson Ruse, for example. Like, come on now. Food Ayuri. I think that's a pretty normal name, actually. Fujikura Uruka. And then Gavis Battle. Now that's a good name. Now that right there is a good name. You also have like Inis. That's a... I would say this is a strange name, but maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm unaware. Freaking Gold Bullet? The Gold Bullet? Jufute Raden. Like, what the frick are these names? Like, who is out there naming their children this? Yeah, but for VTubers, they're pretty normal. They're not exactly strange because you can get creative with it. Or you can be like me and be like, Lance is a cool name because it reminds me of the Pokemon trainer that uses the dragons. And for a last name, I'm just going to go with White because it's a nice last name that fits well with Lance. And also, if you read the name as White Lance, it kind of sounds like the name of a weapon. So I think I don't think my name is very creative. I think it works. I do think it works. It works for what I set out to do, I guess. But other than that, it's not particularly revolutionary. It is not exactly a crazy thing. This was a silly name and nothing more. Yeah, that's fair too. I would even say that Lenancha is a more creative name than Lance White. Absolutely. I also like names that you can like shorten because I've been calling you Len since you've had that name. Just Len, which works. What is your favorite weapon? Well, lances are not far off, actually. I remember when I first played Dark Souls. For a long time when I was playing that game, I was using the halberd, which is not exactly a lance, but it is a long weapon. So I like that. There's that. This is a good weapon. I like them. I like them. Hence why I kept them. Or like, for example, the Lance of Longinus in Evangelion. That shit rules. Lendiverse is a pun. I mean, if you change names again, it'll be fine. Eventually I'll get used to it. But it'll be easier because I can keep calling you Len, even though it's a different Len. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could have come up with a more unique name, but at the same time, I like the name Lance. I like it. I kind of identify with it. I've been known as Lance on the internet for so long that at this point, it just feels like the right one. You have a real reason for calling myself a rock? You don't need to have a real reason, honestly. Like, not every name needs to have a story. Mine barely has one. See? I do think Quartz is cool too, as well. Oh wait, this is from. Wait, what is this from? This is from like Mario Kart, right? Jimmy, what do you think of Lance as a name?
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hola. I don't know. I mean, hola. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda, Jimmy? I mean, that's the first time I ever heard it say it. I know he could say it because I recorded it. But I've never heard it say him. I've never heard him say that. Whereas I was Spy Crab 25, which is a TF2 reference. Ooh, that is another brand of usernames. You reference a thing that you like. Not all names need a story. Thinking of girls and yeah, exactly. Exactly. Have I shown this? No, I haven't. I can't show you this. Because that would be, it wouldn't dox me, not at all, but it would give you the first channel I ever had, and I don't want to give you that. I'm going to give you guys that information. I want to make that a surprise. Spy crab in the base? A spy crab in the base. What is the spy crab in the base? You only have to run through my trans friend that was choosing his chosen name. Oh, cool. It feels like it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say what I also think of my internet name because it could reveal some other things about me that it would be a bit too private. But I can see the reasoning. I can see the reasoning for that. Maybe. Okay. I don't know about this. I could be completely off base here because I'm not trans. I don't plan to transition or anything like that. But I imagine when someone is planning on transitioning or will transition, they pick a name that sounds similar to their original name, but of the gender that they're transitioning to. Or something like that, I imagine. But I could be wrong. I could be completely off base here. Like, for example, I can't think of a... Okay, let's say you're a guy and you're... Well, not a guy. Let's say you are born as a male and they call you Mario. And so later on in your life, you decide to transition, and so you change your name to Maria. Because it's essentially the feminine version of Mario. I imagine the thought process goes like that for other people, but I'm not gonna confirm or deny that unless somebody that has gone through that process tells me. Haven't heard the song in a while. I don't know what it is. Everybody votes channel. Voter data. What the heck? I don't know. This is just DS and Wii era music. I just put it in the background because it's oh god, hiccups. It's a nice little background music. Hiccups again. It's a rep to the spy in the base video. But why crab though? Meet the spy? Yeah, I know that, but like what why the crab? The original video is just red spy in the base. Oh, the character select one? Yeah. That one was just playing. That one was the one that was just playing. I don't know if it did because I forgot their birthday. Oh well. I could imagine hold on, let's see. What if I Google feminine version of Lance? There is no direct or established feminine equivalent of Lance. Maybe they were like Lena or something. Lance is not, or Lena. Lena could be kind of like the female version of the name Lance. Or Lane as well. Of head crabs? I mean, it's still TF2 adjacent if you think about it. Spy Crab was also an Easter egg in TF2 as an in-game poster and a rare spy time. Oh wait, now I remember. Hold on. Yeah, there's like a yeah, I remember. There's like a whole he like there's like a pose on it too, right? Oh no, never mind. I do not know it. I've never seen this little spy crab thing, but I love it. It's cute. It's very cute. I have seen the spy do the crab walk thing. I have seen that, but not the spy crab itself. It's also very cute. Oh, I know a VTuber that's called Lena. I do know that Lena Lazar, I think is her name. Lena Lazar? Lazar? I don't know how to read it. She's a VTuber. And her name is Lena. I mean, her last name is Laser, which is more crazy. But Lena is a normal name. Lena is straight up a very normal name. But oh well. I think we got a lot done today, though. It's almost 8 p.m. I can keep going for a little bit. I feel like we've yapped enough. We got a few new lines for Jimmy recorded. We got the rare Jimmy system working now. Ain't that right, Jimmy?
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Okay, I'll leave you playing Minecraft, Jimmy. I just wanted to see if we could get you to be in one of your rare forms. I guess you couldn't. One of these days, somebody's gonna claim a rare Jimmy, and it'll be a moment of celebration. I want that to happen. The odds are stacked against us. The odds are stacked against us because it's very rare. I don't know what the math is for how we ended up doing it. But, well, I know for a fact that RGB has a 5% chance of happening. I know for a fact RGB has a 5% chance of happening because if the random number falls between 1 and 5, it'll happen. So that's that's 5 chances, 5 times out of 100. So that's a 5% chance. The other one, it has a 5%, the random number has a 5% chance of, well, you can make me RGB, I guess. That also works. I guess that will also work. Hey, Jimmy, do you want to be RGB with me?
Jimmy.
Okay, no, never mind. He doesn't. We tried. We tried. Heard RGB. I button push. You can do it. Yeah. But yeah. So I think. How do you calculate consecutive probability? What was the? You multiply the probabilities of each individual event occurring in succession. Because the probability of one happening is literally just 5. So that would be 0.5, and then the other is 20. Is it okay? Wait, hold on. Let me put in 05 and then 20. It's been a while since I did accounting. Not accounting, it's statistics, so I forget. Both of them have to happen. Both of them are the ones that have to happen. And one of them, and A has to happen first. Are both A and B both occurring? Is that what the one? Is that what it should be? Is it 1%? Is it straight up 1%? What is the probability of a 5% chance first and then a 20% after? Probability the first event is 5 and then the second one is 20. You multiply both of them, meaning 0.01. Oh yeah, it's still just a multiplication. So yeah, I think there's a 1%. Wait, did we really just like circle back to a 1% by making the two steer? Did we really just circle back to that? I mean, if I did, it's fine. I don't mind it. It's interesting to code it like that. I mean, we never know. So, okay, so far, the rarest Jimmy event is him turning into Gygus. That is the rarest Jimmy event to trigger. It is literally a 1% chance of Jimmy to come out looking like Gygus. Ain't that right, Jimmy?
You are useless, mortal.
I am not useless. You said that today. It doesn't, like, whenever you say that, I'm not particularly fazed by it. I don't. Your threats mean nothing to me. Spycraft was available as a plush. If you buy, you get a code to redeem an in-game Spycraft. Oh yeah, I've seen both of them. When I googled Spycraft, I saw both the IRL one, the IRL plushie, and the endgame one. Yes, Gygus mentioned. Yes. I mean, look, if we come into a stream of a guy who has cited Earthbound to be one of his biggest inspirations, or one of his favorite games, you're bound to find a Gygus reference every now and then. Like, straight up, there is a chance. This is a very relaxing piece of music. What is it from? System settings on the Wii U. Sure. I mean, it does kind of feel like menu music. Don't you think, Jimmy?
The fact that you needed to ask me just proves I'm the better streamer.
Look at that. We were matching for a second. We got the RGB Jimmy. Let's go. Okay. I am happy today. I am happy. We've succeeded. The code works. I didn't even clock what he said for that one. I noticed that he was RGB, so I was happy with that. Wait, I kind of want to edit Jimmy's RGB though. Now that I see it in action, maybe we can make it a bit more fancy, because he is very he cycles through them very slowly. He needs to cycle through the RGB more quickly. Yeah, that's better. Put the speed to 30. What's hue override? Oh, hue override makes it look way better. Yeah. Yeah. Dad privilege? I guess so, huh? None of y'all could trigger it, but I could. Well, let me see. Hold on. How does he look like a little devil with it though? Well, because Jimmy now has a couple of extra colors if you think about it. But yeah. Can I bring him out looking like that? Will it break if it doesn't? No, it shouldn't break it.
Lance, The horse is here.
What do you mean the horse is here? Oh, and there you go. It turns off. The RGB turns off the second it leaves. We could change the code to change. We can change the code so that that doesn't happen. But I forget what it was. There was a way. There was a way to make it wait. I forget what it was though. Hold on. Big brain mode. There was what I know that I have in one of the. It's wait. That it's literally just cph.wait and then in milliseconds. Okay, so give me this. We do move out cph.wait and then in milliseconds you need to wait, let's say 3 seconds. Just 3 seconds. Just wait 3 seconds so that the effect turns off. Yeah, the effect should turn off after he leaves the screen. So let's try it again. Let's bring up RGB Jimmy.
Please stop interrupting me. I'm listening to music.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm just testing stuff. There we go. He waits 3 seconds and then it turns off. It turns off screen. Okay, there we go. It could still happen that there's like a double redeem. There's like a double redeem and he turns off mid effect, but that's fine. It's not a particularly big of a problem. Kolshi on your front door? I know. Well, I haven't logged into Umamusume today. Not yet. I was playing an Oguri cap run yesterday. I've improved on my previous Oguri cap because I had an Oguri cap built that wasn't exactly great because it was before I learned how to properly play the game. So she had crazy skills all over the place because I didn't understand what to pick. So I ended up making a better Oguri cap that's more consistent and has good skills. So I did that yesterday. Yeah. But I haven't done another gold ship run. I think the one gold ship run I didn't manage to win the finals with it. But I got better support cards now, so in theory it might be easier. It might be easier to get because I have a bunch of other cards. I have a deck that I've gotten that I've like put together that has been pretty consistently good across numerous career modes, across numerous careers, and across numerous distances as well. Like I could use that same deck for mediums, for longs, for miles. I could use that, and I get selections from a bunch of things. They all help. I like them a lot. I like my little deck at this point, which is why I haven't been crazy about pulling for support cards or anything yet. Though I did hear there was gonna be a Super Creek banner soon, so I was thinking of pulling for that because I've been using a friend's Super Creek, and I kind of want to have my own. That way I don't have to rely on it 100% in case I want to use a better friend card or something. I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. But yeah, because I also eventually want to pull for other horses, for other Umas. But oh well. I guess I gotta keep playing. I don't know for how long though. I don't know. I've gotten a couple of moments where I'm like, kind of want to be playing this right now. So I feel like Umamusume has a chance to not be in my game installed on my computer at some time. Kind of like Balatro, because I kind of treat it like Balatro, not as a game that I have to log in daily, even though there's daily login rewards. I've been treating it like a game that I can go for a run right now, and so I've been doing it like that. Dude, this music is chill as fuck. Where's it from? This is the DSi camera music. Damn. This really is just a bunch of menu music, is it not? Damn. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I just thought of a new Jimmy line. Now that's epic. Yeah. Makes me feel so old. I never had a DS. I have a potentially privileged story about not exactly the DS.
Yeah.
What is that? What does that mean, Jimmy? What was that sensible chuckle you just had there? Come on now. No. When I was a kid, and I'm talking, I wasn't a kid actually. I was quite a teenager at that point. I think this must have been like 2010, 2011. So I was like 12, 13 maybe. There was a video game store. There was a game store. Literally like half a block away from my school, from my high school, or secondary school as we call it here. And so we would go there to hang out for a little bit before heading home with some of my friends. Pretty frequently, pretty much every day almost actually. We would go see what games could we buy potentially for ourselves, or like see what they were playing on the big TV or whatever. And I knew the guy had also for sale a Game Boy Advance. He had like a big box. He had a big box with a Game Boy Advance and several games, like 30 games or something. And he was selling it for a reasonable price, I thought. So I told that to my dad because I was very apprehensive about getting my parents to buy me stuff because they didn't want them to spend money. But my birthday was coming up, I guess, so I told them anyways, and he was like, okay, we're gonna go there and see what it is. And so we went with my dad to that game store, and I told him I wanted the Game Boy Advance. He brought it out, and he explained what it was. My dad asked exactly what it was. Told him the price and all that. And then the guy that was, behind the counter, the owner of the store, was explaining this whole thing for him. And because he was a salesman, he was like, now listen, your kid might have fun with this for a little while, but eventually he's gonna get bored. And so my dad asked him, then what else is another thing? And so he looked behind him and he pointed at the Xbox 360 and he said, that's better because it has newer games and the games are more powerful and yada yada. I knew all this, but because I knew the difference between a Game Boy Advance and a freaking Xbox 360, I didn't tell my dad that I wanted an Xbox 360. But I guess he knew how much he was willing to afford, how much he was willing to spend for it as a gift for me, And so he thought about it and was like, okay, I'm going to take that one. And I got an Xbox 360 from that. So I went to the shop with the full intention of getting a Game Boy Advance with a bunch of games that I was excited to play because I liked the idea of having a little Game Boy Advance that I could carry. And the guy at the counter convinced my dad to get me a Xbox 360 instead, which I don't remember how much he paid for any of those. I don't remember how much he paid for any of these things. I don't remember how expensive the Game Boy Advance was, and I also don't remember how expensive the Xbox was. I do remember that the Xbox was used though, so it was cheaper than normal as well. He got you a good deal. I guess it was a good deal because my dad took it. And I don't come from a wealthy family or anything like that. No. Even less so at that time, I believe. I'm unsure. But yeah, I went to the shop with the full intention of getting a Game Boy Advance, which is a console that I always wanted to get. And then because my dad asked, and because the guy at the counter was, he knew what the whole deal was, he convinced my dad to get me an Xbox 360 instead. And I got an Xbox 360, and I kept that Xbox 360 for a good few years. Not a few, it was a number of years. It was a bunch of years. I kept it until it got wet from a big rain, from a big storm, and then I could never really fully recover it. Like, it worked for a little bit, but sometimes it would just randomly turn off. It didn't fully die, but it died very frequently to the point where I just couldn't play it anymore. And so we ended up I don't remember. I think I ended up pawning it off. Yeah, kind of. I think I returned it to the same guy that sold it to me. And we worked up a deal so that I traded in that Xbox, and then he let me pick up like, I don't fucking know, like 20, 30 games or something for whatever I wanted. And so I ended up having that deal. And so I would go back to the store every now and then and pick up a new game for free, essentially, which was cool. At the time, I thought it was a good deal because I was getting games for free. Mostly PC games, because at that point I had a more powerful computer that I could run better games on, so that was that. But yeah, and then the only console I've had after that, it's my PS4, which I still have to this day. And then the next console that I bought after that is my Steam Deck. I have not bought a console ever since, and I don't exactly want one anymore. Well, I do want other consoles, I just don't have the space to put them. It's part of the reason why I would like to get my own space. Whether it is an apartment outside of my parents' house, or if I could potentially build, or not build myself, but like get an apartment for myself built above my parents' house, because that's a cool idea that I always had. And then, because if I get my own space and it's like large enough, I'm down to do VR chat streams. Like, I'm down to do that. I'm straight up down to like commission a 3D artist to make me a model for VR chat or any other 3D kinds of content. I just need a more powerful computer so that my stream doesn't die. And more space, because my room is not particularly big. Like if I extend my arm literally like a few centimeters, that's my bed. I'm hitting my bed right here. That's my bed. Like if I go this far back from the mic, I run into my bed. I'm not particularly far from the microphone, as you can tell. But yeah, I don't have a lot of room. I have a room to like put on the headset and like play standing still. Enough room. I think I have enough room to like play Beat Saber without much of a problem. But that's about as much space as I properly have. So yeah, I can't do much, sadly. But I would love to have more space. But that's like future goals. That's like future goals. Main goal right now is to finish my fucking thesis and get my engineering degree, and then with that we can figure out where the fuck to go. Honestly, getting that degree has been like a mental block for me, because if I get that degree, the world opens up to me, kinda, and then I can like pursue doing other things. Like I wanna make games, for example, but I don't want to start working on a game project while I still have my thesis on me. I feel like I can only tackle one major project at a time in my life, and I can't start working on a game while I still have another big project in the back burner, which is a thesis project. So all in due time. But if I do manage to get that done maybe this year, you bet your ass I'm going to start working on a video game. I have an idea specifically that I want to do, and it is not particularly a complicated game, I think. I just need to sit down and like process it. Mental bandwidth, huh? Sense. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I don't have enough time. Like I already feel like I'm juggling a lot by trying to be a consistent streamer at the same time that I'm trying to finish my thesis. And I think I've been doing a good job. If I try to add in another big project alongside that, then I'm kind of cooked. And I can't do that. But yeah. Oh God. I say that's gonna be it for me then. Been yapping for like 3 hours. Yeah, that seems like a chill spot to end it. Do I want to rate anybody? Is anybody live? Is anybody live that I could potentially raid? Let me see. Oh, wait. I'm I'm gonna send you guys because I want to be here. Wait. Okay, so Eclipse, Sir Eclipse, is playing Honkai Impact. Now, this is gonna be spoilers for anyone that is potentially interested in Honkai Impact. But so if that is the case, feel free to say hi and dip, I guess. But I want to raid Sir Eclipse, who is playing Honkai Impact right now and is playing Chapter 15, which is very close to what is most likely considered the peak moment of Honkai Impact as a whole in the story. So it's exciting and I want to see it. And also in the chapter title, it says, "What are you doing with that lance?" So, so I'm gonna raid him because he has my name on his screen, on his stream title. So let's go say hi. Hopefully he isn't at the part of the chapter that is emotional, because it could be very emotional, this chapter. And hopefully he is, because I want to see it though. I want to see it. It's always lovely to see new player reactions to these parts of the story that have etched so much in my mind as well. So yeah. So let's go say hi to Eclipse. And this has been fun. I'll be seeing you on Friday for music. I've had ideas, small ideas for the Deltarune fan song that I've been cooking that I want to see if I can execute them. So I have stuff to do for Friday. So hell yeah. That's not to overcommit. Needs to have spare capacity for when life-threatening stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's my mind. That's been my mind. But yeah, this has been very fun, y'all. So let's go say hi to Eclipse, and I'll be seeing you on Friday then. Bye bye.